Hi, Mike and Emily. About 150 children under the age of 12 from the U.S.-Mexico border crisis are now officially here at the Summit Township dormitories. About 45 minutes ago, they pulled in 3 big coach buses and pulled the entire way around to a private driveway. That's where they unloaded here into the dormitories, which is why we can't see the big buses right now. Now, the ship would be about 455 feet long, so it would start right here at the bayfront where I'm standing and go all the way out past the tower here at Dobbins Landing. The world is watching the reality of war in Europe tonight. Images of devastation and injuries from airstrikes are emerging as Ukrainians flee the country. Some of these business owners were frustrated when they got to work this morning to see this parking lot hadn't even been touched with the snow this deep. And even though, like you said, it was so hot out today, he still pushed through all 100 of the holes. I spent the evening at the Girard School District where they voted 7-2 to continue on with fall sports this season. Where I'm standing right now, I am in one district, and then when I cross this street right here, where I end up is in an entirely different district. And then if I were to draw a line a half a mile this way, we would cross those district lines 4 additional times. At least 5 times. Continue to hit it as you go out. 4 nonprofits are weighing in on the economic hardships that community members now face in Erie County. Over 4.7 million doses have been given to over 3.3 million people. And right here in Erie County, over 25% of residents have received at least their first dose. That's more than the state average. Who doesn't love giving and receiving flowers? According to the National Retail Federation, Americans spent $7 billion on Valentine's Day flowers last year. And according to this florist right here, sales are looking pretty good this year, too. Eva, state police are here along with at least 1 local fire company. This is the closest we could get to where they are. But as you can see, there's still a scene behind me here on Sampson Road. And he says skating has always been, well, a little taboo, especially if you're doing it in places like the street where you could get in trouble for trespassing instead of right here in a skate park like this one. And the only local team in LA right now is Erie Sports Now's John Leidick and Jovan Johnson, who are right there on the scene as we get ready for the big game. So what's the atmosphere like, guys? Hi, Mike. When we were all cooped up during the pandemic, some of us found the motivation to work out from home. I am inside of this vaccine clinic right now through UPMC Hammett, and actually there are about 100 kids signed up just for today. As we first reported yesterday, UPMC got about 200 doses of these kid-sized vaccines. Right now, there's lots of people in the waiting room, and the kids are being distinguished with these orange wristbands so that they know to give the smaller dose to the kids that are 5 to 11. So, of course, we know parents are really excited about this, and I have a parent right here, Mike. So talk about, just the importance of bringing your kid here to get a vaccine today. Hi, Mike and Emily. As severe weather season approaches, it's important to pay attention to the sky and how quickly it changes because severe weather can come with little to no notice. But still tonight, the Erie School District is investigating after a fight forced last night's Erie High and Prep football game to come to an abrupt end. Tonight, we're getting a first-hand look. As a coach, she could see that Simone Biles was struggling just based on her performance, and also as a coach, she tries to train her close to 50 gymnasts here, both mentally and physically. It's not an easy job for Penelec right now as they try to fix all of this mess that was messed up by that underground fire. But as time moves on, some of these local businesses like Jekyll and Hyde here behind me are starting to grow impatient as they lose business. In a year when people haven't been able to do too much of anything, it made getting out here on the green even more exciting. The recent spike in COVID-19 cases is worse this year than it was at this time last year. But as we've reported several times in the past week, yet another high school game canceled because of COVID-19 concerns. And Pennsylvania State Police explained to me the details that happened inside this home. The tragedy unfolded at this rural home on Sampson Road in Green Township. Firefighters got called out around 2 p.m. They arrived to fight a fire, but the scene they found inside was more chilling than anyone could ever imagine.
Cool Hose Fire Department responded to the scene while extinguishing flames within the residence. Firefighters observed multiple victims in various rooms of the residence.
Those victims, a 10-year-old boy, a 13-year-old girl, and their father, 48-year-old Richard Zimmer. Investigators learned Zimmer didn't show up to a custody hearing earlier Tuesday. Through their investigation, Pennsylvania State Police were able to piece together the horror that played out throughout the home.
It has been determined that Zimmer inflicted fatal injuries on the victims with his personally owned shotgun. After both victims were deceased, He started multiple fires within the residence and then fatally shot himself.
Investigators believe the children were asleep at the time of their murders, and Zimmer set fire to the house on Tuesday. We've taken you along for Johnny Heibel's journey since he suffered a traumatic brain injury 1 year ago on the football field. But now he's graduating from Shriners, and his family announced they're moving to Florida next week.
We wanted to get him where he wanted to go, and that would be Florida, because he just loves it so much there.
His mother, Megan Beasley, says they want to dodge snowy winters, and instead of traveling to and from Pittsburgh for the hospital, all of the hospitals are within 20 minutes from their new home in Florida. And Johnny will be in an adult setting.
We're just so happy that he's pushing through that pediatric, and we're pushing him into the next level.
The next level after coming so far.
Every day he wakes up with a smile on his face. It's a second chance of me getting to raise him again. He's very childlike, but it's the most beautiful, innocent childlike you can ever imagine.
Now he's off and running.
His occupational therapist, Emily Mader, emotional after Johnny's last session at Shriners.
We started seeing him in February, and what he was doing then as compared to walking out of the building, we've made such huge gains. He's a kid that has a heart of gold, and he's worked hard every single day.
Johnny, his parents, and his sister Gabby all thanking the workers at Shriners and the community.
If I could literally reach out and give you all the biggest hug ever, I would. It means so much to me and my family that you guys picked us up and walked with us through this journey. We were not alone, and this community is amazing.
Goes to Johnny.
And Johnny, for the first time since we've been following his inspiring journey, also saying a heartfelt thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone in this whole world, especially in Erie, PA, that blessed my brain and make sure I'm walking with the cast. God bless you all.
How do you say walking? Walking.
Walking, an activity Dan Paritano and his daughter Emma not only love and cherish, but spend a lot of time doing.
Okay, where do you want to go now? That's what she really loves to do.
Dan and Emma spend their evenings and weekends walking together. Emma, who has cerebral palsy, in her buggy, and Dan right behind her.
At the top of our list is enjoying each other's company, right, Emma?
Special bonding time for this father-daughter duo.
People see her in town. Yeah, look, I mean, you love the buggy, don't you?
If you're out in the streets of Erie, it's not unusual to see Emma and Dan out taking their stroll. But now they're going to be taking one of their walks a little further for a good cause. In just 2 weeks, Emma and Dan will be leaving for Wyoming, where they'll walk 320 miles through Colorado, starting in Wyoming and ending at the New Mexico border, a 22-day walk.
We'll average anywhere from 15 to 18 miles a day.
And they'll be raising money for Ansley's Angels, a nonprofit that brings awareness to America's special needs community.
Emma knows we're doing something really, really exciting and a little bit different. Every summer we go out and do this.
This will be the 5th long walk the two have conquered together. They walked across the state of Pennsylvania in 2015, from Erie to Pittsburgh 3 years ago, and from Harbor Creek to Lyons, New York to visit Emma's grandparents in 2019, each time to raise money for a different organization.
We're hoping to raise enough for 2 buggies. We call these buggies. This is a Hoyt Blade for families from Colorado.
So far, they've raised close to $8,000 on their Facebook page, all going toward buggies for other families, so maybe they can make special memories like Dan and Emma.
If you're a special needs parent, special needs family, you want your child to enjoy their life, to have fun like every other parent does, and to feel special and to come as close as they can to reaching the potential that they have.
Haley Potter, Erie News Now. It was an emotional night in the Wattsburg High School parking lot as friends, neighbors, classmates, parents, and teachers all alike gathered to share fond memories of Madison and Zach, students from the school whose lives were taken far too soon.
Me and Madison, it's just crazy because we grew up together, we went to school together. It's just crazy because she sat in math next to me 2 weeks ago. It's just absolutely mind-blowing.
The kid's half-sister Mackenzie was at the vigil on behalf of her entire family.
I just want to thank you guys all for coming. It means so much.
Take a look. This was the circle of support for this 10 and 13-year-old. Children shared their fond memories and their tears. The community bowed their heads and prayed and sang Amazing Grace. Parents also shared stories about Madison and Zach and hugged their own kids a little tighter. Shayna Barton tells me her son was best friends with 10-year-old Zach and lit a candle for their entire family and community.
They were in class together for the past couple years. They played baseball together, soccer. They hung out all the time. He was like family to us. We took him on vacations with us, and he was very close to the family, and he's going to be deeply missed.